All right, as far as I know, we have our blank. It was not easy to cut this thing down. Now, it's got some holes in it here and there, so I'm a little bit concerned about that. I'm gonna mount it on the chuck. I had to get a little bit of fat wood here to get that fire started. Ignore this. Just ignore it. It's got some pretty lines though in it. Isn't that pretty? I love fat wood. It smells so good. I haven't had. Gee, I sound like I'm eating it. But I haven't wood turned fat wood in a long time. I miss turning fat wood, actually. I've just been so involved with all this other stuff. So, anyway, this is hard. This is very hard. I'm going to knock it down just a little bit, not much. I want to make sure I have plenty of wood to work with and the shape that I want to shape it and all that good stuff. All right, and I'll be back, okay? All right, I got a spur drive in it because I'm not going to put a tenon on it. I'm just going to make the tenon on here. So I got to get it on here, and I just got to figure out things as I'm going, okay? Right? That's right. But this wood's beautiful, though. This is the spalted. This is spalted dogwood. You see, it's lighter. Let's see if you can see it. You can see the lighter colors here, darker colors, lighter and darker. There's some here, lighter, darker. It's spalted. There's no doubt about it. It's beautiful wood. Absolutely beautiful. Like I said before, I'm a little bit concerned of these little pitted holes everywhere. Let's see if we can get past them. Let's see what's going on. Probably some bugs or something. Okay, I'm just going to make a tenon and I'll be back, okay? Alright, I got the tenon on there. I got to tighten it down. I almost forgot. Ooh, that would not be good. Anyway, let's tighten this down. On the chuck jaws down here. Woo. This is going to be beautiful. That spalted wood is absolutely stunning. I've never been into stuff like that, but now that I'm starting to, it's wow. That is gorgeous stuff. Woo! That didn't want to come out of there. That was being stubborn. Just turn this by hand and make sure it's clearing. Anyway, let's rough this out a little bit. Get it in a little bit of shape here. And then I'll have to do some measurements. And can you see it? Isn't that gorgeous? Absolutely beautiful. That's stunning. That is stunning. go. Now we got it where it's supposed to be. Oh boy. This is not too terribly, you know, it's not bad. It's just, you just got to get your measurements right though. Okay, there's the edge right there where it gets smaller. One and a half inches. Okay, it's right there. The mark on this is going to be right there. That's the chamber. Then the hole gets smaller. I need to know this so I know how to shape it. So let's get the cone stock in there. It's beautiful wood right there. It feels so solid and smooth. That is some gorgeous wood right there. Even though it's spalted, has soft spots, it's still gorgeous. Absolutely stunning. Stunning wood. Let's see what we can do here. Alright, I have to think about this a lot. I've been thinking all day long, trying to figure out and being very careful, best that I know how, make sure I don't miss a step, because if I miss a step, I can mess this whole thing up. Anyway, I'm going to have to cut it somewhere. I'm going to have to cut it in half, because I'm going to have to take this, I'm going to have to cut it off right here. And I'm going to have to insert it in one side. I have to insert it on this end. And this end right here will go inside of it. This end has to go into a small hole. So I have to be careful not to cut where it's only the big hole. Because if I cut where it's only the big hole, this has nothing to go into to grab it. Does that make sense? So the two pieces of wood are going to cover this, like this. It has to, or else it's not going to work. So I have to measure where that larger hole ends. I can't use this, can I? It's too daggum long. Alright, let me just get a pencil. Or let me get this right here. Okay. Okay, this right here. Right here is where the big hole ends. Right there. So I need to mark it with a pencil. And I should have gotten my pencil before I did this. Because now I have to sit here holding it with my finger so I don't lose my spot. And I'm going to have to do it again because my finger slipped. I felt it. Come on, Mark. Come on. Stop being stupid on me. Okay, there's where the big hole ends. Right there. Right? Alright, I've just been brainstorming, trying to figure out how I want to go about this. I'm going to have to do something, so what I'll do, shape it down here. We'll start shaping this side. I will cut it off in here, because I got to get that reed in there. Right? Right. And I will have to sand the inside of this hole a little bit, because that reed might get stuck in there and then come apart, come off. So I need to measure where the smaller hole starts. Hold on a second. That's not quite. There we go. Okay. We have the measurement to here. And what I need to do, I got the measurement locked down on the, make sure that my camera is picking up everything. I apologize. Let me do that again, make sure. Okay, so I got the caliper and I measured where the smaller hole starts, and it's right here. Right there. Okay, so what I need to do is take some tape. I don't want to mark it with a pencil. I sanded and sanded and sanded this thing. Now this wood is very hard, but it's not very poor. It's very smooth and solid. It's very nice wood to work with. In fact, I would say it's some of the best wood I've ever worked with. The grain on there is absolutely beautiful. So what I need to do though, so I'll take some painter's tape, and we are going to take this back on here. Make sure I got it. And wherever this is falling, right there. And hold on just a second, because I do not have my correct glasses on me. Okay, so that's about where it's supposed to end. It's not perfect. It doesn't have to be perfect on this, I don't think. Anyway, the smaller hole starts right here and goes this way. The chamber, main chamber part is from here to here with the larger hole. This right here, the reed, I'm going to cut it right here. And it has to go in. It'll go in the little hole right in this area. Will be in the little hole portion. And then this will stick out in the larger hole of the chamber. Right? Right. Now I have seriously thought of maybe making an opening large enough to fit this area in instead of cutting it off. And another thing, this hole that I drilled in there is so tight with this that if you put it in, you can put it in the hole, but it's extremely tight. It might not come back out together, and everything will come off in the hole. It'll rub off the O-rings and stuff, I'm afraid. So I might have to see if there's any way I can sand this hole going this way with the smaller hole by hand. That's all I can think of to do. But for right at the moment, what I need to do is cut this area off. So I decided to leave it alone last night. I didn't want to keep fooling with it last night, and it was early in the morning. I don't want to be fooling with stuff when I really need to go to sleep and make sure I have my bearings straight on everything. That is absolutely stunning. It's beautiful wood. So what I'll do is take this parting tool, and I will work with it. I'm going to work with it slowly. I don't want it to burn the wood. It will burn the wood if I don't watch it. And before I do that, I need to get the tailstock back on. Right? That's right. I do. I definitely do.
You read me and it's beautiful.
it burned it. I gotta work with that. I can definitely work with this one on here. I might can put it on a piece of wood to work with this end. I don't want to remove too much wood because it might mess with the pattern. That's the problem with working with spalted wood, is you got to keep the pattern matched. If it wasn't a pattern on there, it wouldn't matter to me. I wouldn't care. Problem, and I do not like that at all. How are we going to do this? We got to fix it. That's right, we're going to fix it. We don't give up, we fix things. That is not good. All right, I'll be back. I got to fix this. This is not going to be easy. Not happy about it, but what am I gonna do? Alright, I did the best I could for now. For the moment, I'll work with it more. I had to get these plumbing wrench right here and put a towel around it best that I can. Hopefully not scar it on the outside with the teeth of it. It's got teeth on there, or whatever you want to call that. I don't want ridges on all on the outside of the piece of wood. The good thing is this is hard wood. The good thing is it didn't shatter it all the way. So what I'll do is see if I cannot open this up a little bit with my tool and take this piece and measure how far in I do have this hole, and just insert it and just cut the rest of this off. Insert it in there. That's all I know to do at this point. Wow. Wow, wow. That's a mess. But we got it still. It's okay. We're gonna hang in there. We don't give up. Things happen sometimes. Life is not perfect. There's no doubt about that. And I know y'all know that. Life is not perfect. How does that idiom go? When life throws you lemons, make lemonade. Right? That's right. Make lemonade. Let me see something here. See that? This is a little bigger than that hole anyway, so it doesn't matter. It'll be fine. I can open it up a little bit. Hopefully, and get that going. I don't know why I put that on there. Yep, that's what we'll do. You got to improvise. You got to carry forward. If you don't, then you'll never know if you could have made something beautiful still. I've made some beautiful things. At least I think they're beautiful. I'm not trying to be stuck on myself. I'm trying to say I've made some beautiful things, and they broke. They've broken. They've cracked. They've shattered. They've whatever. And I just fixed it, and I just kept going forward. And it turned out beautiful in the end. And I was so happy about it. So beautiful.
I push my fingers into my eyes. It's the only thing that slowly stops the ache. But it's made of all the things I have to take. Jesus never ends. It works its way inside. If the pain goes on, I
Insert that whole piece in there and open it on up some more. This is pretty sharp too. Let's see what this. Whoop, wrong thing. Ha! I grabbed the wrong thing. Where did I put it? There it is. So what I'll do is cut it off up here with my bandsaw. I hope should be okay. That bandsaw, I got it going, but then it just comes apart all the time. I think it just does not stay lined up because it's warped. Alright, I got the piece cut. I had to sand it some real smooth. Make sure I got it level. There it is. There's a tiny bit of a gap here and here, but if it's sitting solid on here and here, I think it'll be just fine. But before I do anything else, I gotta clean out this hole in here. Right? So let me get a little air going.
I've wished for this, I've bitched at that, I've left behind this little fact. You cannot kill what you did not create. I've gotta say what I've gotta say, and then I swear I'll go away, but I can't promise you'll enjoy the noise. I guess I'll save the best for last. My future seems like one big passion.
Okay, I don't know if I should glue it. I don't think I should glue it in quite yet because I got to fix the outside. So anyway, I think I got that. I do not know. We'll see. I have to fix the outside of this. The hole is not 100% level in here. It's I don't know why. But we're just going to have to go with what it is, and hopefully it'll make the right sound. But if it doesn't, oh well. Alright, I have the guts in there. I had an extremely hard time because I had to open the hole up a little bit. It's not lined up. I'm going to have to reshape this piece. Anyway, I'm going to have to reshape this because it's not level right here. It's off. I fixed this up best that I could with that crack that was running on it, running through it. That's all I can do. Okay, let me get these wires out of the way before I turn on the lathe and they start wrapping all up in there. Alright, I gotta reshape this because it's got to be smooth all the way down. That's not right. And that means I'll probably have to reshape the whole thing a little bit because once it's running off true here, it's probably running off true here. Probably. Let's see.
Together, or separate the skin from bone, leave me all the pieces, then you can leave me alone. Tell me the reality is better than the dream, but I found out the hard way. Nothing is what it takes. I push my fingers into my eyes. It's the only thing that slowly stops me. But it's made of all the things I have to take.
Hello everyone, welcome back. This turned out beautiful. It turned out very beautiful. That's not going to stay there. It's going to be stupid on me. Can you see? The one thing that makes it so beautiful is the different colors of the wood. It's like a pinkish color right here. You turn it some and it gets slightly brown, and then a lighter color with the dark spalted lines, and then the yellow color here. Now I had to do some reading about some stuff here, and I'm going to read you some stuff about the spalted dogwood. Sometimes I have to really just think about what I'm saying, because I want to automatically say spalted maple, because that's like the default mode or something. Everybody talks about spalted maple, but I rarely see anyone or hear anyone, talking about spalted dogwood, okay? So, this is a Doe Bleat call. When I first got this right here, this is not all of it because I cut down the reed and I put it in there, but this is the outer shell, this is the chamber part, and I don't know much of anything about doe bleat calls or deer grunt calls, okay? I don't hunt. Not that I wouldn't mind going hunting or learning how to hunt. I don't have a problem with that at all. I think it would be very enjoyable. And yeah, I'd be willing to go through the elements of being very cold outside and stuff. That's just part of hunting and stuff. That's, I've been fishing when it's really cold before and stuff like that. But anyway, I didn't know what end to blow into, and I thought it was a smaller, and when the reed was in there, it has a smaller opening, smaller area, and I thought that's where you were to put your mouth, and it wouldn't blow, it would suck. So I thought, oh, okay, so you gotta suck on it like a straw to make it so it makes a sound. And the sound didn't sound like a deer grunt at all, a deer buck grunt, okay? And I'm like, what in the world's going on? So, dumbing me, because I don't know anything about hunting and calls or anything like that, okay? I had the wrong end, okay? It was supposed to be this end, and this end is where you blow into the reed, blow into the cannon part, and then it makes the sound. And the sound was the doe bleat call, not the deer buck grunt call. So I found that out when I typed this name in, and it told me when I asked questions. I'm like, I can't believe this. I'm so dumb. But, oh well, at least you know that I'm being honest with you, that I'm not trying to pretend to be some kind of, knowledgeable hunter, and I know all this stuff. I don't. I don't know. So, anyway, but I wanted to turn this. I've wanted to turn one of these for a long time, and I thought you had to have a kit. You don't have to have a kit. You can even make your own reed if you know how. Now, I don't necessarily know how to do all the parts, but looking at this one, maybe, just maybe, I can make one day, or watch somebody else on YouTube make one. But the ideal, easiest way would probably be to order your own reed. Same thing with a turkey call, or what have you. So, anyway, let's take a close look at this before I read this, because I'm going to read some stuff to you. So, Anyway, we got it finished. This is the prettiest side of the whole piece. And you can look at the end. Let's turn it like this when it's at this angle, because then you can probably see the beautiful lines on it and stuff. Isn't that gorgeous? Look at that. That is just beautiful. Now, I did glue it together here in one area. And when I found out it was a Doe Bleat call, I cut it open with a razor blade, and I was able to take it apart, and now it's pretty solid now where you can still take it apart, but when you do, the guts are probably going to still be up in there, and you're going to have to get like some needle nose something to pull the rest of it out. The main part of it will come out with this section because it's glued onto here, but the reed itself and the rubber O washings are going to come off, but you can take it out and change it out. So anyway, this is shaped more like a end of a horn or trumpet, excuse me, and more of a trumpet sound. I wish it was smaller to put in your mouth properly, but I had the wrong end, and I apologize for that. It is what it is at this point. So anyway, I'm going to read to you what I've discovered about this. This is Spalted Dogwood, and it came out from my backyard. I had a dogwood tree that I planted there several years back, and it had died. Okay, so the leaves were gone. I was sitting there mowing the grass a week and a half ago, and I'm like, wait a minute, there's no green leaves on this thing. It's dead. And I don't know how long it's been dead. But anyway, it was a mature dogwood tree, okay? So I decided to do some research online about the Spalted Dogwood. And while I came across official forestry databases and stuff, I came across the factual proof of just how rare this timber truly is. According to strict botanical data, flowering dogwood carries an exceptional janka hardness. This is how they measure the hardness of wood, okay? They call it janka, Janka, hardness rating of 2150. I would say it's probably the second hardest wood in North America, underneath Osage orange. Osage orange is harder than this. It's like 2650 or 26 something, 2610. I don't remember. But this is like the second hardest. So since the grain cells are so packed tightly together, since it's such hard wood, it's almost impossible. I emphasize this. It's almost impossible for this wood-eating fungi, because this is what spalting is. It's a fungus, to penetrate this wood, okay? For this wood to catch a natural disease and form these crisp ink black spalting zone lines and still remain solid enough to turn on a lathe is a genuine biological rarity. While the hunting industry is flooded with mass-produced plastic buck grunt tubes, finding a custom hand-turned wood Doe Bleat call is incredibly uncommon. Shortening this dense dogwood barrel creates the perfect immediate acoustic back pressure required to mimic a realistic female deer nasal frequency. So anyway, hold on a second, because I want to pull it up about the fungi. I think it's interesting because I didn't know much about the fungi. This specific fungus is called white rot, And what it draws inside the timber are those striking ink black boundary lines. They're called boundary lines is what it is. I can't even hold this in the camera, can I? These are called boundary lines. And they are actually chemical battle walls that fungus builds to protect its territory. So you're having different fungi or fungus actually fighting against each other, and those are boundary lines, and that's how they get formed. Interesting, to say the least. So the fungus that got inside my backyard dogwood tree while it was dying is known as white rot fungus. I think that's just amazing. That is absolutely fantastic. That is so interesting to me. So anyway, I just want to read all that to you. I didn't want to take your time up. I know a lot of people probably don't even watch the ending of the video. Anyway, most people don't. They have a short attention span of a gnat, okay? And the internet does not help in having a short attention span. Hold on a second. I'm trying to talk. The internet does not help, okay? It doesn't help at all. People, they scroll through stuff constantly all the time. They look at something for 2 or 3 minutes. They're jumping over something else, So actually, a lot of people are being dummied down because they're just not getting all the proper information as they should. And they're just, you know, like boom, 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 boom. Like staccato, you know. And so, anyway, most people can't watch a video even 10 or 15 or 20 minutes long. And my videos are longer than that. So, you know, they're not going to go to the end and watch it unless they just want to just look at the finished product. And once they skip through everything and look at it, which is fine if that's what they want to do, that's fine. That's their life. So, anyway, for those of you who are smart and decided you want to stay to the end and listen to the history of Spalted Dogwood, see, you got the ultimate treasure. But like I said before, this will come apart right here. So, anyway, I hope y'all are smiling and have a wonderful day. I'm so excited. So excited to do this, even though it was not what I wanted. Now, I ended up cutting off the end. It didn't look right. It was too long. I didn't like it at all at that point. And I said, I'm slicing it off. So I put it on my bandsaw and I sliced it off right there. And I leveled it off best I could. Made it look nice. And so we got our Doe Bleat call. So, anyway, y'all have a wonderful day, okay? And y'all take care of yourselves. And I'm not going to make this speech long, so I've missed you guys. I hope y'all are staying cool out there in this summer heat. And hopefully it's going to be fall soon. That's my favorite time of year, fall. So we'll get to there. I love the smell. I love the feel of the air. I love the crispiness, but it's not too cold. It's very comfortable. And my baby is sitting there crying behind my back. All right, well, I'm going to go ahead and go. All right, y'all have a wonderful afternoon, and we will get some more stuff going. I'm thinking on getting some more of this wood going. I cut up most of the trunk of the... There was 2 trunks coming up. One was smaller around than the other one. I measured both ends of the bottom of the trunks of the biggest areas of the tree. One was 26 inches around. The other one was 29 and a half, almost 30 inches around. And so most of this, there are some that split some, and that's okay. I can still get some wood out of it. There's no doubt about it. All of this is spalted. All of it. Spalted. This right here looks like it might be a little bit dry, so I might have to see if I can order some stuff. But spalted. This is all dogwood here, except for way down here. This is spalted also, but down in here, that's cedar. Down at the bottom, that's the white cedar or tan cedar. But most of this right here is all spalted, and I have a spalted log way over here. It was the bottom of the biggest section of the trunk of the tree before I get to the ground. So it's a nice big chunk. Maybe I can make a bowl or something. The only problem is there are splits all in it. That is a problem. So we'll see what we can come up with and do. We worked with the red cedar when it was splitty. All right, baby. All right, well, we're going to let you go, and y'all have a good afternoon. And we will talk at y'all later. And keep it turning, burning, and never give up. You saw me in my video. I'm not trying to say it in a bragging manner at all, but I just want you to know, don't give up. Do not ever give up. Because you are special. You are one of a kind. You are unique. You contribute to society. You matter. All right. I love you guys, and we will talk at you later. Bye-bye.